What's going on, boxing fans? Julian Williams here at the distance. I got a second video for you guys today. For some reason, YouTube isn't even publishing my videos for my subscribers to watch. I don't know why, but anyway, it's stupid to me. But anyway, just look through like my updates and stuff, and you'll see whether or not I upload the video or not. Don't have to do it every day, but I'm just saying. Because I got another video as a prediction, Wilfredo Vasquez Jr. and Ivan Hernandez. I got a prediction for that bout. So anyway, this one is for Hector Munoz versus Shawn Porter. Matchup is tonight on the undercard of Antonio Tarver versus Nagy Aguilera. This is a welterweight matchup. I wasn't too sure of which division Shawn Porter was going to fight in because he's been fighting he's been fighting from a range of like 150 to 154. He made 147 just fine. Came in 146.5. So it's going to be. I think it's going to be a quite interesting matchup, but at the same time, it feels like it's a stay busy matchup for Shawn Porter as well. Shawn Porter, former amateur standout, has been having a pretty good year. I believe he has like the NABO championship. I believe at light middleweight, and now he's fighting at welterweight, and I think that to be quite honest, with the way that I think the athleticism and the boxing IQ that he possesses, I think that he provides I think it's a good asset to the welterweight division, whether it be welterweight or light middleweight. He provides a good asset to those divisions, and with the 154-pound division being stacked and having a lot of money in the welterweight division, I could understand the confusion of wanting to, find a certain division to fight in. So, but in this division, I could see a possible future matchup between Shawn Porter and Mike Jones, two pretty good welterweights. But at the same time, Shawn Porter does need to. If he wants to fight at welterweight, he needs to continue fighting at welterweight and stay busy for the next couple years in that one division, so he can go up the rankings and build, fight contenders to help himself put himself into a position to where he could fight for a major championship in the next year or so. But Hector Munoz, he's a tough fighter. Just faced Mike Jones a few months ago, I believe. But he's a tough fighter, and he provides, I guess, with Hector Munoz, I think he's a fighter that can get Shawn Porter some rounds. So into this fight, Shawn Porter, who is more athletic, I think a little more versatile, and has more power and the better general boxing IQ. I think in this matchup he has to lead in with the jab. He needs to work a lot behind the jab. And use a lot of jab combinations and make Hector Munoz go back, because Hector Munoz cannot fight going backwards. He can't fight a fighter who uses lateral movement, and also he doesn't have too much head movement as well. He stands there, he kind of shells up, and he's the type of fighter that waits. He waits, and sometimes he chases. So in this specific fight, this is the perfect fight for Shawn Porter. Shawn Porter needs to lead in with the jab. Set up everything with the jab, and pretty much another shot that's going to be there is the right hook. The right hook is going to be there for him because Munoz kind of, he's a little open, on the inside for a right hook. So if you can hit him with a quick right hook on the inside, come outside and throw a few jabs and come back with the left to the body and roll over with the overhand right. I think he can actually knock out Munoz if he can use that variation. Because just look at Munoz's style and look how he fights. I think that's pretty much going to be the way for Porter to take this matchup. He's going to have to come out and he's going to have to take the fight to Munoz. That's going to be the best. I think that's his best bet. I think he's going to have to come out and take it to Munoz, and he has the matchup. If he outworks him, outboxes him, outthinks him, he has it. Hector Munoz in this matchup is going to have to wait for one big shot. He's going to have to wait for big shot from Porter. One shot that's going to be there is a right uppercut. A right uppercut, and it's pretty much with the way that Porter throws his jab. He can throw it straight, he can throw it stiff, he can throw it quick. And sometimes that hand is out there a little too long. In this matchup, I think the right uppercut is going to, if he can sneak in the right uppercut, he's going to have to wait for one. The thing is, with a fighter who waits, you have to wait, a fighter who waits, they have to wait for one big shot. And Hector Munoz has to wait for Shawn Porter in this matchup. He's going to have to wait for a big counter shot. He's going to have to wait for a big counter shot. He's going to have to find openings using counter punching. Especially with a fighter who's athletic, who could fight on the toes, who could throw a lot of combinations. He's going to have to work behind the counter. And the counter is going to set up everything. It's pretty much going to set up everything for Hector Munoz. Whether it sets up his openings, whether it sets up another counter shot, I think that's going to be his best bet in this matchup, looking for one big shot. He's going to have to go for the knockout in this matchup. That's going to be Munoz's best bet, I believe. He's going to have to go for the knockout. So, what I think is going to happen in this matchup, I think that Shawn Porter should win this matchup. I think he should win this matchup I think he'll beat him by a decision. I think he'll beat Hector Munoz by a decision. I think that Shawn Porter does need some rounds in, especially in the talent-rich welterweight division. He does need some rounds, and I think he should focus on boxing. I don't think he should be overly aggressive, but I think he needs to focus on boxing and outthinking and outpointing Hector Munoz. If he can outpoint Hector Munoz early on in the fight, then maybe he should go for the knockout. But I think with Hector Munoz, he needs to focus on rounds. But I think he's going to win this matchup, unanimous decision. So anyway, guys, that was The Distance. Thanks for watching. Peace.